just get in front of the microphone and just share with us how you guys got involved.
Well, I'm thinking.
This is Mike Stowe.
Early mid-60s. Yeah, mid-60s.
Yeah.
Ralph came to me and said, let's start a band. So I said, yeah, I'd love to play. No, I had a little bit of experience, not a whole lot. Anyway, he said, if I know a bass player, of course, he contacted Stan. We went out his house. And then John. Of course, we had another member of the band that passed away.
Okay.
That was Tony Burgess. And we had Lloyd, right? And then Bob was your uncle after that, I guess. We just went from strength to strength, you know. We had a baptism there at one point. We went to do a gig. And of course, Curtis Clark.
Oh yeah, Michael Curtis Clark, yeah.
And his band, Cortinas, they were at a venue that we were playing at as well. And then we went on first and did our thing because we had a lot of nice stuff going on. So we thought, but no one moved. And so we came off our break, and then those guys went on and toured the place apart. So we said, oh, no, we can't have this. So we packed up our stuff and left and went home. But we came back. And when we came back banging.
Nice. Well, for those that might be listening, you may hear a bit of an echo, and we can't avoid that because we had to go a roundabout way because we're having a little difficulty hooking up with the long-distance call to reach Sturgis. So, Lloyd, what's your fondest memories of the group, the Invaders? I remember seeing you guys at Rosebank Theater. Man, you guys used to tear up at Rosebank Theater, especially during the Battle of the Groups. Yeah.
Okay. Battle of
Yeah, that was before my time. So I wanted to ask Stan.
Oh, okay. So Stan Gilbert, the bass player.
Thank you, Mr. Blakeney.
Get a little closer to the mic, Stan.
Blakeney, thank you for having us.
Of course.
I think my fondest memory was, like you were saying, at the Rosebank Theater.
Yeah.
And believe it or not, I don't know if everyone remembers, we backed Chubby Checker.
Wow.
Yep, we did.
Of the Twist fame, right?
That's right. Yeah, that's my fondest memory.
And how did he feel about you guys once you played for him and he performed? Did he comment in any way
about?
Oh
my goodness, yeah. We had a ball. We had a wonderful time. Yeah, he was very surprised. You know, a band from a very small island like this, like, you know,
wow.
very professional.
Chubby Checker was huge.
Yeah, he was huge.
Yeah. And so how did that hook up? Was that a
if I can remember correctly, Freddie Thomas is the father of Marlo Thomas.
Yes. Yeah.
He was promoter, and he brought Chubby in.
Wow. So when that happened, you guys, how many rehearsals did it take before you?
We just rehearsed it. I never forget it. We rehearsed that afternoon at Lappett's Club, and we did the show that night.
At Rosebank. Wow. Was it a sold-out crowd?
Sold out.
Wow. You got a standing ovation?
Yep.
Oh,
more than that.
Wow. So now we got the leader, Ralph Richardson, who's back. Ralph, now you're going to bring us up to date on all of the great things that are happening. But why don't you give us an overview of how the group started? What was the eureka moment that you had that a light went off in your head? You know what? I'm playing a pretty good trumpet. I need some fellow musicians to form this group. And where did the name The Invaders come from? And when did you first start? It would have been in the mid-60s, maybe?
65.
1965, mid-60s.
And it wasn't with this band.
Okay.
It was with John's brother,
okay.
Herman, asked me to join a group. I was 15 years old playing trumpet, and we started a group called The Dynamics. So there was, you were with him, John. Earlston was on the bass, Herman.
Yeah. And so that was a group. And we went down to Clayhouse Inn one night, and Huckles, who was in charge of everything, Herman said, listen, I got a bunch of young guys. Jughead was about 15. We were both the same age.
Okay.
And we played sax and trumpet together.
Okay.
And the place was packed. They were having I forgot what was happening that night, but the place was packed. It was something, I think it was October 31st or something.
Oh, okay, around Halloween.
Yeah, the big party. And so Huckle said, look, we got some young guys here. We don't know what's happening, but he pulled out the little stage below the stage, and they put Jughead and I out there, and we played Summertime.
Okay.
The place went wild.
Wow.
Yeah, everybody's on their feet. Jug and I, two skinny little guys, and we had these Birch guys, a good musicians.
Right.
And that was the start. Later, I ended up playing with Kingsley Swan.
Oh, yeah.
Bermuda's best guitarist, I can say that.
Okay. He had a big international hit, too, at one time. Yeah,
that's right. And he started a group called the Sprites. And we played with the Sprites for a little while down in Seaview. And then that fell apart. And I got a little antsy about playing. And I said, I'm going to try to put a band together. So one of my best friends was Mike, still right here.
Okay.
And I said, Mike, would you be interested in playing with the band? And then he said, I said, I know some people, and he got Stan, and before we knew it, the group had come together. And I can tell you, that was probably the most interesting 5 years of our lives.
Wow. And Sturgis, of course, became a member. Was he one of the later ones?
No, Sturgis, I think, was one of the original.
Yeah.
And actually, Mike played congas first.
Okay.
And then we lost our drummer.
Okay.
And then Mike, Sturgis came and he played congas, and then Mike took on the drums.
Okay. So Sturgis, when they asked you to join the band, how did you feel? Because I know
it was Mike who asked me to join the band.
Okay.
Because I used to go up to Tilly Casey to learn to play congas, and Mike used to come there too, and that's where we met. And then he asked me if I wanted to join the band, so I said yeah, and that was 1968.
Wow.
Yeah.
So you would have joined maybe about 3 years after the band had started, if they started in 1965.
At least, yeah.
Okay, and that would have been as a result of losing the drummer, Mike then taking over the drums, and then them seeking out percussionists to take Mike's place on the congas.
Right.
This was in 67. Okay.
When we started.
When you started, okay.
And we started in our garage at my house. And then we eventually moved on to Bishop Spencer School. I think we were probably a little bit too loud for the neighbors.
Okay. Go ahead, Mike. Yeah.
We guys weren't just friends, we were family. Because over the years, man, we never forgot each other. We always communicate with each other. And one of the focal points that would always stick out in my mind is that when we were coming along, honing our craft, so to speak, we had a focal point, and that was at Stan's house.
Yes.
One person would show up. 20 minutes later, another member would show up. After that, another member would show up. When you looked, the whole band was at Stan's house, and it was like a gravitational pull, you know?
Okay, gotcha.
It was crazy, man.
There was a lot of synergy.
We had a lot of togetherness.
So you guys would have all been around the same age as well, right?
Yeah, Ralph's a baby.
Ralph, that is me.
Okay.
That is John.
Okay.
And then it's Lloyd, and then it's Stan. No, Sturdy. Stan.
I'm on Jules. I'm on there.
Okay.
It'd be Sturgis, Stan, and then Lloyd.
Lloyd's older than I am.
Okay, Lloyd's a little older than Sturgis. Okay. All right.
Yeah, like by 1 year or 2 years.
By 1 or 2 years, Sturgis said he's.
And I'm 80.
And okay, so Lloyd would be 82, right, Lloyd?
81 in February.
Okay, it goes 82 in February, Sturgis. Yeah, interesting stuff. So the recording, I mean, that's a great album, and Sturgis, my favorite single on the album was Spacing Out. I think that was a huge hit in Bermuda. That may have sold a lot of albums, just that one song, Spacing Out. I never forget that song.
Came up with a 45 first.
Oh, yeah, it came with 45, and then, yeah. So what happened? Did Eddie DeMello approach you guys, or did you look for him?
Well, we wanted to record, and Eddie was doing that, and I'd asked him if he'd do it, and of course he underwrote the whole thing. And before we knew it, we were up at ZBM.
Right.
Recording.
With Ian Marshall?
Ian Marshall,
okay,
yes.
gotcha.
Yeah.
Yeah. He was, I suppose, the most well-noted recording engineer at the time. Yeah.
Yeah, I'll bring something up later when we get a little further on.
Okay.
Because Ian did some things that nobody was doing at that time.
Okay.
And he found that out much later. Yeah.
Okay. So, the Invaders. Where did the name come from?
Well, one of my favorite shows on TV was The Invaders. Remember?
Yeah.
Aliens coming in. And
right.
and so I just thought it was pretty cool, and so the song that we one of our first songs that was original for us was putting that together. And all the songs really a group. Sometimes you start with a little bass and guitar, and then it's a matter of just putting the notes to it.
Right.
That's how the Spacing Us started. None of us knew what was going to happen when we did it, but we really enjoyed doing it ourselves, and it turns out the public liked it. I remember, I think it was, that was that night, but at any rate, that once the first CD, the 45 came out, it was played all over here, and Sturgis might know a little something about how a recording company in the UK heard about us.
Yeah. You want to tell us that story, Sturgis, recording company, and this is more recently, right, where they wanted to remaster?
No.
This is from the beginning.
Yes.
Oh.
Something else happened that I don't think the public knows about.
Okay. Yeah. Sturgis, you want to pick that up?
Well, yeah. Let me just say this much though, that Ian Marshall had just gotten 16-track recording in the ZBM. But when he produced the record, he could only produce it in analog.
Right.
So it wasn't, there was no separation, no stereo, no nothing.
Oh, you mean he could only produce it in mono?
Right.
So
when the tracks were acquired recently from Duane Records, they were able to
remaster,
take the masters, and now it's in stereo.
Wow. I can't wait to get a copy, man.
It's amazing.
Yeah.
And as far as the record company in England, that was Philips Records at the time. I don't know if you remember them.
I don't remember them. No. And that was many moons ago.
Yeah.
Many moons ago.
Yeah.
They were interested in well, first of all, there was a guy who came here to ZFB, came out to hear the band and wanted to take us on tour.
Wow.
Yeah. We received a contract from Philips Recording to do a 6-month tour of Europe and a recording contract with them.
That's amazing. Right. So you didn't take advantage of the opportunity? Girlfriends, wives, mamas?
Well, let me tell that story. Please let me tell that story.
Okay. Sturgis is insisting that he tells the story, Stan, but put a pair of headphones on, Stan. So if he tells the wrong story, you can correct him, Stan.
The story was that Ralph couldn't leave Julie.
Okay.
Stan couldn't leave Sandra. And JB, I can't remember what his girlfriend's name was, but I know he couldn't leave her.
That's not exactly true.
Mike and I, at the time, did not give a damn.
That's not exactly true. No, I had the opportunity to play in the hotel like 7 nights. We had Milt Robinson gave me a call. He was playing at Hamilton Princess. And I had to make up my mind, what, do I go on this tour or do I stay? But playing with Milt 7 nights a week, I said, you got me there. And and we were working like playing with Milt, working like 3 gigs a day.
So money was good.
Oh, you better believe it. And believe you me, Sturgis mentioning Stan, I wanted to earn my home.
Okay.
So that was secure.
Right.
And so
how old would you guys would have been at the time, like generally speaking?
Early 20s.
Early 20s.
Yeah.
I was in my teens. Rob was in his teens.
Wow.
But I will say that there were 3 of us who didn't want to go.
That didn't want to go.
That did not want to go.
Okay.
I was studying through Master's Garage, through City and Guilds courses, and I was only halfway finished. And this was going to be, if I was going to be a motor vehicle a mechanic, I needed to have my certification.
Right.
And so I was going to finish that, and I couldn't go and just go for 6 months in Europe. It would mean changing my life, and we have commitments here. So, and one other person didn't want to go. Who was that? Sturgis. Yeah, there were 3 of us, and the other 3 wanted to keep the band going. So basically, the band broke up over that.
Oh, really?
Yes.
Disbanded over that.
Yeah.
I mean, that would have been a fabulous opportunity. Who knows what would have happened, right? You might have bought your home cash, Stan. I mean,
That was so secure, though.
Yeah.
Working every night.
And being that young, back in that time, musicians, other than maybe the Talbot Brothers, maybe the S.O. Steel Band, Hubert Smith, they would have been the icons that would have had steady work.
Oh, they did.
It wasn't like musicians were being, sought for in the entertainment industry in Bermuda, which was a great disservice. But notwithstanding that,
Well, I had about 13 years of Hubert Smith.
wow.
Yeah.
But looking back, during those years is when entertainment was thriving in Bermuda. Live entertainment. You can go to every single hotel and have a live show.
Two pages in the Royal Gazette, you could see where you wanted to go tonight.
Yeah, and every single night.
Every night. Yeah.
Well, see, at that time, tourism was the thing.
Right.
That was number one in
the band breaking
Absolutely. You're breaking up, Sturgis?
I said because of the band breaking up.
Yeah.
I went on to play with George Simons and Bentley Burgess,
Ah,
and we toured America,
really?
and we also toured Canada, and we toured America, and we went over to England
Wow.
as representatives of the Bermuda Tourism Board.
Wow. I didn't
So
realize
I
that.
had a good run after that. yeah.
Okay. So that would have been before you entered your very successful radio career, right?
No, I was still doing radio.
Are you still doing radio at the time? Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
I was still doing radio.
Man, this guy, I swear, if you would have been in your early years in the United States of America, boy, you would have been as big as a Frankie Crocker, who was one of my favorite radio personalities.
Well, I was able to do that anyway.
You were able to do it anyway at the end, yeah.
Yeah. I was.
And you not only did WABC New York, but you did WNJR, you did CD 100 in New York as the jazz station as well, right?
Right. I did WWRL.
And WWRL. Yeah, I remember
Yep.
Gary Bird and Hank Spann. Were they there when you were there?
Hank wasn't there, but Gary Bird was.
Okay. I mean, these are
Yeah.
iconic radio personalities that are world.
He's still working.
Who? Gary
He's still
Bird?
working. He is, yeah.
Wow.
He's on BLS every weekend. He does a talk show, yeah.
Oh, really? Wow, man.
Uh-huh.
I mean, these are the iconic African American radio personalities extraordinaire. I mean, they, I believe, would probably all be in the Radio Hall of Fame in the United States.
Well, I had my experience with BLS was a lot different than most people who came in there.
Okay.
Because when I went in there, trying to stand Frankie Crocker, and I had decided when I went in there that I was going to be who I was.
Okay.
And I remember meeting him for the first time, and him asking me my name.
Uh-huh.
And I told him my name is Sturgis Crocker Griffin Jr. So he said, "Well, you can't use that, can you?" And I said, "No, I guess not, if you don't want me to." So he said, "No, you got to get a new name." So I came up with Sergio Dean.
Oh,
Those
right.
are my two sons.
Right.
Yeah.
Wow.
And from there, I went, he put me on at night.
Okay.
And I think in the first, well, you know about books.
Yes. Yeah, Spring
In the
Book,
first-
Arbitron, yeah.
In the second book, I was number one.
Wow.
Right? So he decided to put me on midday.
Okay.
That was like 10 to 2.
Yes.
And in the first book, I was number one.
Wow.
So he
Huge.
decided to put me on in the morning. And after that, it took a little while, but that was number one too. So, and plus, I was the first person in New York to put comedians on a radio show.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
I didn't realize that.
Most people didn't know that.
Wow. You know, Bermudians and Bermuda always finds a way not just to be resilient, but to punch way above our proverbial weight. It's incredible. We have on every Monday, Wednesday, and Thursday here on Magic from 2 until 4, Corey Butterfield, who's doing an incredible job sharing his research on the history of the evolution of Bermuda and Bermudians, much of which was completely
Well, I
new.
had big footsteps to follow. I had Nell Bassett in front of me.
Ah, right. Yeah. And she was the iconic Junior Club host for ZBM Television before she left and enjoyed a stellar career.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
So, guys,
career before me,
yeah. So now, any other opportunities that you had to record that you did not take advantage of or took advantage of?
No.
I had an incident whereby
Well, can I say or
Yeah, go ahead, Sturgis, and then we'll go to Mike.
Well, I have been working with a band. The band didn't really have a name, but it's a jazz band.
Okay.
And we recorded an album. The leader was Jeffrey Scott Lawrence.
Okay.
He's a pianist.
Okay.
And we recorded an album called Blues for Erica.
Okay.
And it's now being featured on YouTube.
Wow.
And I'm featured on 2 of the tracks of the album.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
One is called Inside the Hour, and the other one is called Funny How Time Flies.
Oh, okay. So give us the name again of that. If it's on YouTube, I know many people would want to check it out.
It's called Blues for Erica.
Blues for Erica. The album. Yeah. Okay. Awesome. Mike, you were about to share some information as well?
Yeah, well, I just wanted to say that one time we were at 40 Thieves doing a job, and it was a matinee Sunday afternoon, and the featured guest artist at that time was Mungo Santa Maria.
Oh, wow.
Yes.
And apparently his drummer took sick or couldn't make the gig, and they were looking for somebody in the audience or whatever to fill in the gap. But no one showed up, and Stan said, "Listen, man, you've been listening to this guy for that's your idol is." I said, "Yeah, that's my idol." He says, "Well, go out there and do the gig with him." I said, "Man, no idea, right? Now, this is a giant I'm talking about."
Yeah.
So I got up enough nerve, went out there and sat behind the drums. So the bass player says to me, he says, I'm getting ready to start. He says, "You know certain song?" And then I said, "No." So I said, "But if you start, I'll find you." And so they started. I said, I know this song. And I did the show. I did the whole show.
Wow.
And he kept looking at me and kept looking at me. So the bass player says, "Well, where did you study?" I said, "Home." And that's the truth.
Yeah.
I just used to listen to that man's albums all the time.
Right.
And so I knew the songs. I just didn't know the names of them.
Right.
Anyway.
In fact, one of our songs on the album is his. It's Mungo
Santa Maria. Wow.
And so, and so the other thing is that he was taken back by that, and one day knock came to the door, and it was Stan, and all these guys. I'm like, he was looking for me because he wanted to take me away with him.
Wow.
And Stan,
what an endorsement.
Stan brought him to the house. But let me tell you what happened, though. This is the funny part. So I said, "Look, I'm going to take you to New York. You want to play with the band?" Blah, blah. I said, "No, it's not no rookie. I don't know nothing about being in New York." So anyway, He says, we got everything covered. I didn't even have a passport. So, said to me, would you like to go? So I said, I'll have to ask my mom.
Right. How old were you about at that time?
I was about 17, 18.
Wow. Yeah.
And that was the end of that. I decided, no, I can't make that.
So when did you guys, all of you, Sturgis, everybody included, when did you feel, that thing that said, you know what, I got to play an instrument. I want to learn an instrument. And why did you choose the instruments that you chose to become so professionally competent at playing?
Well, I can.
This is Stan Gilbert.
Talking about choosing an instrument.
Yeah.
I was in school in Toronto. That was 64, 65. And I was doing an electronics course, which was very demanding. Mm-hmm. So I really didn't have the opportunity to go anywhere. But this particular Friday night, guys came and we went out to a club. And I saw this bass player. He was from Windsor, Ontario. That's just across from Detroit. And he was playing in the band, so he knew all the Motown licks. And this guy stood out, as far as the band was concerned. And I said, when they finished, maybe I'd like to do that. So I came back home, bought a second-hand bass, amplifier, and taught myself how to play. That's how that came about as far as my
so self-taught.
Play. Yeah.
Wow.
What about you, John?
Me? Okay.
As far as playing,
As far as playing, when I was about eight years old,
okay,
my start of my music, my father told me, stand up in the chair and play my bass fiddle. And he said, C, A, F, and G. And that was it.
Wow. And then just practicing after that.
Picked up his guitar and played a song with me. And those four notes, they played many songs. And that's how I started.
And you were hooked after that.
But
yeah,
he played guitar.
Okay.
And he played bass as well. But when I took over, I started to play guitar and continue. So when I was about 12 years old, I bought my own guitar and amplifier. Little $5, £5, 2 shillings and 6 pence.
You remember the exact cost of it? Eaton's catalog, man. Boy, it's going way back.
And I just kept on building up from there.
Okay.
When I went about 18, I was actually 18 and a half. I got an offer to play with a band from Somerset.
Okay.
They were called the Formations.
The Formations.
And led by Maxie Mabry.
Oh, yeah, I know Max, right.
Maxie Mabry.
Very good saxophone player.
Sheldon Thompson.
Yeah. Okay.
And Reggie Woods.
Okay.
So I was the fourth guy. So we played for a couple of years. But right after that, I noticed that the Invaders needed a guitar player because their guitar player was at that time Beatty, Allison Simmons.
Okay.
And I had to replace him. I said, whoa. To replace him.
He's a pretty good. He's a pretty good guitarist, huh? Yeah.
He plays some nice guitar.
Okay.
So when he left the group, I joined the Invaders. And from there, we all created Spacing Out.
Yeah, big song.
And all the other songs.
Yes.
And we just kept on going. It was just a build up,
Right.
Really nice. And I enjoyed my career of music. Then in 1970, I went over to the Water Bridge.
Okay, right.
Jughead, Sinbad,
right.
Whitey Casey.
Yes.
And we played, and then we went to go to England. And we lasted up there for about 2 months.
Wow.
Then Jughead had a confrontation with Bill Stowell.
Okay.
That made him quit and came back home.
Okay.
So him, Sinbad, Jughead, Sinbad, and Whitey, they came back to Bermuda.
Okay.
And I stayed up there along with Big Daddy Gates.
Okay.
And Tiny Rotary.
Great singer, female singer. Yeah. Wow. So we're speaking with the Invaders, folks. We're going way back when entertainment was entertainment in Bermuda, live entertainment, with bands being featured in every venue that could hold a group of guys playing music for listening, pleasure, and dancing. Far cry from what we're experiencing today. We don't have that kind of live entertainment. Every single hotel back then had live entertainment, and it was top notch. These guys would open for huge acts way back when in Bermuda, and we have got to get back to that some way, somehow. My wife was talking about it the other day. What happened to the bands?
Oh, I play.
Yeah. So we're gonna wait because we want to find out from Sturgis. When did you start playing percussion, and what made you so interested in playing percussion?
Well, I was 16 years old.
Okay.
And one night I snuck into the jungle room.
Okay. That would be on Queen Street.
Behold, Keith Casey, his father Tilly, his brother Anthony, Jungle Bunny, and Blondie Spencer were performing.
Wow.
And it was all percussion.
Oh, really?
And I just got blown away. I said, "Wow, I got to do this. This is something I want to do." And I started to hang out with those guys at his garage on weekends, and that's how I picked it up.
Oh, wow. Okay. So you're self-taught as well.
Pretty much, yeah.
Okay.
And from there on, I mean, even when I came here, I got to play here. And fortunately, I got to play with people like David Sanborn.
Really?
Al Jarreau, yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, and I've enjoyed playing percussion. It's something I used to do. I used to play. I used to practice like 3 hours a day. Okay. And hey, I just loved it, man.
David Sanborn, Al Jarreau, he's a top jazz artist.
That was jazz in Central Park.
Okay, yeah.
And it's funny because I've always drifted into jazz. I've never really played funk after the Invaders.
Yeah. I remember one of your favorite songs, man. And you always get the songs first too. It used to make me so mad. But it was the song that I finally was able to get online called "Funk Reaction." Lonnie Liston Smith. You remember that?
Oh wow. Yeah.
Yeah. And then the other one, I remember when Bob Marley was big and he would come out with his brand new songs, and a song that you loved and you played maybe about 3 times during your show was "You're running and you're running and you're running away."
Yes, man, because I used to have that little MGB, right? And on my way to work, I would push on my 8-track, right? And I'd have blasting Bob Marley all the way down North Shore Road, man. Oh, yeah.
So, Lloyd, when did you start and what got you into playing woodwinds and the flute and saxophone?
Well, I started on trumpet.
Oh, really? Ah.
When I was 14.
Oh, so Rolf was a little better than you, so you decided to go to the flute?
Ralph was a little baby at the time.
Okay.
And I used to get ride on my pedal bike
Okay.
from down to Flats to get in the Berkeley studio. In
Okay,
Flats.
okay.
And then when I'm 18, Gendy gave me this, what they call a saxophone.
Okay.
And so I started playing saxophone when I was 18.
Okay. Okay.
My mama says something. My mother keeps on saying that he's switching me to saxophone because I don't want to become as good as he. Anyhow, a year later, he gave me a flute.
Okay.
So, and then at the time, the Oceanic used to come to Bermuda. And he says, he's not going to teach me the flute, but he'll send me down to this guy on, I paid Tuesday or Wednesday, I forget what day it came in,
Okay.
to take the flute lessons. So
All right, okay.
I started playing the flute with the guy from on the Oceanic.
Okay. What was your favorite? The flute or the saxophone?
Well, I'm not sure. I guess the one I played the flute, I played more often.
Oh, really?
I still play.
I remember you playing a lot of saxophone.
Yeah, well, with these guys, the flute was too soft.
Yeah.
And then the saxophone, I played a lot, quite a bit.
Yeah.
And then something I'm thinking, man, it's going. It's that time when you do.
Right. Tell me about it, man. I've got the same issues. Yeah. So, Mike, you're the drummer. You're a percussionist as well. When did you start, and what bit you so hard to make you want to learn percussion?
I was playing congas because of Mongo Santa Maria, and I enjoyed it. I played with Kingsley Swan and his brother.
Oh, yeah.
Sinclair.
And how old were you when you picked up the instrument, or just started practicing?
Oh, man, I used to poke around because my uncle used to. In fact, it was his bongos that I used to play.
Okay, who's your uncle?
Eddie Fox.
Okay.
He lives abroad.
Right.
Now, my grandfather, he was a musician. He played with the North Village military band,
Okay.
so to speak. He was a saxophonist. And I guess I got that inspiration from him to be Greek because other than myself, my brother, Diab Leslie, he plays. But my inkling came, I just started poking around with the and then with the drums, and then Kingsley started he had the band, and Ralph he had joined the band. I went down. I said to Nicky, because Nicky and I were good friends. I said, like, hey, can I come down and have a little hit? He said, yeah, come on, man, bring him down. Let's go knock. And we used to work at Seaview.
Seaview Bar, right on North Shore there, yeah.
And
that's where Dr. Kaiwan Brown now has his practice.
Right, so we used to go there on weekends, and it was quite nice. It was a popular venue for a lot of the residents, in the area. Yeah, and that was really nice. It was a nice getaway for me. It was fun.
Yeah,
and I enjoyed doing it. Yeah. There wasn't no fees involved.
Right.
I just wanted to be with the guys.
And to play. Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah,
and that's how that started.
Yeah.
And then eventually that's when Ralph came along after the Kingsley's thing broke down. Ralph came along, and I had that invitation to accompany him. Stan came along, and then we had Tony Burgess, and before Lloyd came, we had Tony Burgess, and then we had another saxophonist, we had Brian Herbert.
Okay.
And then we never had a keyboard player, but Brian used to play keyboards, but he never played keyboards with us. He played saxophone.
Oh, okay.
So then Joan came, before Joan, it was Alistair Simmons, and then Joan. And hey, it was fun, man. We used to have so much fun, man.
Yes, Dan.
I tell you,
Yeah.
every venue we played at, we could guarantee we came out of there. We were so dang happy, just to be able to do it.
Sure.
So Stan says to us one day, I don't know if he remembers this, but Stan says, you know what? Hey, I think these guys can make it. They're having so much fun, maybe we should see what we can get out of this. And then it went from there.
Okay.
And we did events, we did parties, we did all the social clubs. We had PHC, North Village, Devonshire Rack, and who else was it?
We would rotate. Matt, can I jump in there?
Sure.
We would rotate. We would start at RA Club, Hamilton Parish Workmen's Club,
Oh, wow. Yeah.
Devonshire Rack, Warwick Workmen's Club, PHC Club, Somerset Cricket Club, and Western Entertainers Club.
Wow.
What
was the Western End?
It's not there anymore. It was up at Dockyard.
Dockyard, okay.
And then the next week, we would start at Western End
And come down.
And come down, and we did it like that there.
And so you would have had fans that would have followed you everywhere.
Oh, everywhere. Places were packed. Another thing that we did, folks would say, I want the invaders. They wanted to hire us. And they'd pay us a flat fee.
Okay.
And then I think it was one night at rehearsal, light bulb went off. Hey, wait a minute. Suppose we get the venue
And
tell the
promote
guy
yourselves.
maybe, take the adult drinks that's at the bar,
Yeah.
and we take the door.
Yeah.
And that's what we did. So we were handling our own business, way back then.
Very lucrative business at that time, too, wasn't it?
It was. Yeah.
So, Rolf, tell us about your starting out as a trumpet player. When did you feel the urge to be a musician?
Well, at the time, I was living on Court Street.
Okay.
And Court Street then was more of a residential area.
Yeah.
Everybody around with neighbors.
Yeah.
And all the kids were going to practice at the Alexandrina Hall, the North Village Band.
Right.
Leslie Young was the bandmaster, and I remember Tony Flood saying to me, "Why don't you join us?" So I went down. I was 10 years old.
Okay.
And I went down, and the first thing Mr. Young gave me was a bugle.
Okay.
No keys. You only had about 5 notes.
Yeah.
But everything you had to play in that 5 notes. And shortly after that, he said, "You got a good tune. You need a trumpet." So I ended up getting a trumpet and playing with the North Village Junior Band at the Easter Parade. And whenever I remember one time sitting on a house. It looks like a little bit of a derelict house now that's being fixed up. If you come out of Tuckerstown, one of the first houses you see on the Pink House, and that the lawn was immaculate, and people who moved out of Tuckerstown, who were forced to move out, they bought property there.
Right.
That was one of those houses. Mr. Young always told us we were going to Tuckerstown.
Right.
I thought that was Tuckerstown. But we'd go down, and I remember sitting out on the lawn playing Daisy, Daisy, give me an answer, do, that type of thing, in 3/4 time. That's, it was just,
basic.
North Village Junior Band was huge. At the Easter Parade, we'd have about 50 or 60 with little 5 people and with little 5-year-olds with a little triangle.
Okay,
we
wow.
were very popular during the Easter Parade. Mm-hmm. So I just remember playing march band, which means you have to play harder.
Loud,
it comes up. And so that's how it started. Then I went to high school, Berkeley, and Bandmaster Gibbons and the other bandmaster, I forget his name, started a...
Not Mr. Richards, would it?
No, it's an English job.
Okay.
Started the Berkeley Cadet Band.
Oh, yes.
And so we became...
When I went there, all the instruments were on the stage.
Yes. But they were out when we were... And we started to play in parades. And then during the summer, we would have when the cadets... and that was the first time, I remember that year, first time they'd ever had blacks and whites to a summer camp at war camp for the cadets.
Wow. Okay.
And but I never got a chance to shoot any guns. They had us doing band all day with Bandmaster Dunn.
Okay.
And so that's how it developed. And so I'm getting up around 13, 14, and I've already talked to you about 15. So that's how it started.
Okay.
Yeah.
So guys, you're now rejuvenated, rediscovered, reinvigorated.
Yes. Yeah.
With respect to there being interest expressed in the album.
Yes.
It's now been digitally mastered, as Sturgis has said, full stereo, not mono anymore.
Yeah.
How did that happen?
Well, I received a call from this guy, Ethan, in California. Didn't know him. He said, listen, I have an interest in your album. I couldn't figure out why. Now, we do know that about 15 years before that, somebody in Europe had pirated our album, and they were on sale for $1,000 a piece.
What?
Yes, my son was the one who told me about it.
Wow,
I had
Brenton.
no idea. No, my oldest son, Ralph.
Okay, Ralph.
He said, Dad. So I went to Eddie DeMello, who was alive at the time. I said, Eddie, somebody has pirated our thing and our album. And he said, Ralph, nobody in Bermuda makes money off albums. I am not going to waste money on a lawyer hunting somebody down in Europe. Forget it. It's done. I have no interest in doing anything about it.
Wow.
And that stayed. But Ethan called and said, I want to legally have access. And I said, well, why? He said, well, I really am in love with your album. I think it's quite different. I think that you guys did the best job in your genre that I can think of.
At that time, in that era.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah.
In your era.
Yeah.
And he said, I said, well, listen, put together a contract and let us see it. I think we all had a chance to look at that. I made a few amendments to it. And then I had to go away. My daughter, who's into contracts, said, that's not too good for you guys. And I said, we're going to have to trust this guy because it's done.
Yeah.
He said, as soon as you guys agree to it, I'm going to reproduce your album. He didn't change a note, but he just put the stereo in it.
Sure.
And that happened, and I didn't hear from him. Then I heard from him again, and he said, I have the albums printed, and I'm going to send each one of you 2 copies, and each one of us, and I'm going to send you guys $3,000 as an advance in any money that I may make on it.
Wow.
So I said, well, this guy really, because his money did come, and I said, he's serious.
Yeah.
And so that's, and I had
speaks volumes to his integrity.
His integrity.
Yeah.
So I hadn't heard from him for about a year. I called him about a month and a half, maybe 2 months ago. I said, Ethan, how are things going? So I was quite surprised with the answer. He said, well, I was hoping it would be more by now, but so far I've sold 540 albums.
Wow.
I have also gotten interested in one of the songs being a part of a movie. No, I said,
no, that's huge. Yeah.
We could not have imagined anything like that. So he actually sent me a contract. He sent me a copy of the contract.
Okay.
And there's a company that finds, it's not his company, but there's a company that looks for music for movies. That's
right.
All he does.
And then usually the ones that make the decisions on the movie is the person that is described as the music supervisor.
Yes. So he said that your song, Spacing Out, because he's distributed everywhere, this guy.
That sounds huge.
And he said that Spacing Out came up as one of them was picked. And I don't think it would be a box office hit, the movie, when I look at the script and everything. But there's a specific scene on the movie that the song would be played at.
Okay.
And they describe what's happening on the scene. So this is a serious thing. However, he said that the decision would be made by another 4, 5, 6 months.
Yeah.
So it's not a guarantee, but it has their attention, and this is the one they like. But they're looking at all kinds of.
Well, that's huge in itself.
Yes.
And it takes that long because after they've done all of the scripting, they've got the movie together.
Yeah.
They get into the studio for the post-production part of it, and that's when the music people come in to score the movie.
Yes.
If it's going to be scored, and if there's going to be pre-recorded music, that's where they decide at that point in time, based on the flow of the movie, where the songs will be placed and what songs they will choose. So it's a process.
Yeah, they do. This company does commercials. They said we use the music we get the access to use.
Yeah.
We use it for commercials as well. We change things. We make changes.
I tell you, I'm going to give you an idea.
Yes.
Tell them, you know what? Being from a little small place on a rock in the Atlantic Ocean, it would be wonderful for the country if you could somehow use Spacing Out in a commercial for the biggest sporting event in the United States, the Super Bowl, and do something around invading and spacing out because they're invading something, and tie it into a Coca-Cola commercial or McDonald's or whatever. Because then, oh boy, you guys will be coming back and thanking me just for the idea, and I want just 20%. You know.
Well, Glenn, there's only one thing wrong.
He told me.
Yeah. Go ahead, Sturgis. Sturgis says there's only one thing wrong.
What's that?
Super Bowl this year is not the major sport in this country.
Oh, okay.
The World Cup is.
You're absolutely right.
I didn't know that.
Yeah, the World Cup would be the biggest because, of course, the World Cup is the world.
Yes.
Yeah.
Well,
They call the Super Bowl champs the world champs, but Jesus, American football's only played in Canada and United States and North America, right? That's a good point, Sturgis.
Oh, you like baseball be World Series.
Yeah. I'd like to see some of those Japanese teams be a part of the World Series.
He did send me a copy of a commercial that they made for one of the large companies in the United States that they made. So they are doing stuff for big companies.
Yes.
So so he's got the music, he likes it.
Yeah.
But I wanted to share something with you. Each one of us got interviewed by a music writer on the East Coast.
Okay.
And he interviewed all of us. But I don't know what he said to you guys, but he told me something interesting. And all that you saw there, that entire write-up on us, came from the interviews of all of us. We all got a chance to contribute.
And they included it on the
that right there.
Yeah.
But the interesting thing he told
the liner notes. They call them. Yeah.
He said, "I want to tell you this," and Ethan feels the same way. He said, "I am calling you because I'm really interested in this process." He said that I believe that you guys did one of the best jobs at funk instrumental that I've heard. Now, listen, it came from him, and he told me something. He said, "Listen," he said, we both hear all kinds of things." And then he started asking me, "How did you guys decide to use reverb?" So I said,
because that was difficult to do.
He said it wasn't done in those days.
Yeah, they used to use to go down the hallway in a bathroom to get the reverb.
So I told him we had an engineer, Ian Marshall, and this write-up gives prompts to Bermuda. How these little guys from Bermuda that nobody knows about.
Yeah.
Only one, in fact, he put Lloyd's picture on the back because he was the only trained musician in the whole group of us.
Okay.
And you'll see Lloyd's picture right there.
With the flute and the keyboards. Yeah.
Yes, and he said, "Listen, these guys are self-taught musicians," and he said, what made you think to Ian Marshall was the one, and then he puts voices on that are reverb, and there's voices, there's echoes and
overdubs and stuff like that.
That was all Ian Marshall.
Wow.
We did the music, and I gave Ian Marshall the props for that. But what he does is say, all this came out of Bermuda, so he does promote Bermuda.
That's awesome.
Right up in the
That is so awesome.
Yeah.
Well, gentlemen, any final words that you'd like to share with our listeners today?
I can say something.
Each one of you, and then we'll do Sturgis at last. Yeah.
I just want to say that of all the venues we guys played, we did a lot of things. Like Stan said, the Chubby Checker. We also opened up for Isaac Hayes at PHC Stadium. We backed the Staple Singers at Rosebank Theater. And we did a lot of things, man.
Staple Singers huge. Still one of my favorite groups.
Mavis and Papa Staples.
Yeah, and Papa Staples, yeah.
Oh, and also we did, no, we didn't. Rufus Thomas.
Oh, right.
Rufus Thomas.
And his daughter was big too. Carla Thomas. Yeah.
Rufus was at
he was funny.
Do the Funky Chicken. Do the Funky Chicken.
Yeah. Do the Funky Chicken. Yeah, I remember that. Yeah.
He was at Sports Arena. They called it the Box.
Yeah, the Box out of the park, the Schofield. Yeah.
That was the venue that he was at.
The outdoor venue.
And man. Hey.
Yeah.
I can remember a lot of things. It was just so much fun. You guys had a lot of fun.
So that Staple Singers, the classic they did, was it before or after I'll Take You There?
I'll Take You There. They did that.
Okay.
We did that.
Okay.
We backed them at Rosebank Theater.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, we did that.
Okay. I missed that show. I didn't see that show. So, Lloyd, any last words?
No, just a little Sturgis practice 3 hours. I used to practice 6 hours.
Wow. Okay, so you're twice as good as Sturgis?
That's some the flute required that kind of practice.
Gotcha.
And I should play long turns.
Okay.
And scales.
And scales, right?
And so boring stuff.
Yeah. Boring stuff, he says, Ralph. What about you, Ralph?
Well, I just wanted to say that my life changed after 1970. Around 71, I got baptized in a church, and things changed.
Yeah.
But I never stopped playing trumpet. I played pretty much in almost every denomination, so many churches. But then I wanted something different. So my son started a group. They did jazz gospel. So we then built a group of about 11 people.
That would have been Ralph Jr.?
Ralph Jr. started, and then he went off to college and said, "Dad, keep the band going." And we grew it. We had about 11. We had woodwinds, and we had trumpets and a trombone. We had a group of 11, and we did a concert at City Hall. One concert. And I told Gandhi what we were doing. Gandhi came up and played with us.
Yes, as a cameo performance.
That was at City Hall.
Okay.
It was, man, an amazing. So we kept the music going, except it was just voluntary. We weren't getting paid for it. But I really enjoyed it. So that was what happened. And then I did another recording with a singing group. I played trumpet with them, but for the recording, the choral dynamics, you probably remember that.
Yeah.
We recorded, and that became a hit amongst the churches. We were invited. I just wanted to tell you about Bermuda. The Choral Dynamics won the right to sing at the 18,000 stadium, closed stadium in Holland in 1995. It was a general conference of our denomination, and 50,000 people came there, but only 18,000 could fit.
Yes.
And there were thousands of groups from around the world. 214 countries were there. They had thousands of groups.
Okay.
Could not get the right to sit inside, to go inside. We got the opportunity to sing on the main stage for the 18,000, and then we did several breakouts.
That's
for the rest
amazing.
Of the week. So and then we did that trip. We did concerts in London. One day we did 4 concerts one day.
Wow!
And we got to travel. That same group traveled to New York, to Washington. Other places around the states, just because of the album. Sold a ton of albums.
Wow!
And Gail Newton Taylor, the Taylor family from Thompson Road.
Yes.
Gail actually, Michael Taylor, his wife.
Okay.
She was actually the group, and I'll tell you, Holland. I'll tell you, that was an amazing experience for us. So the music stayed with me, but just in a different way.
I hear you. And for those that might want to figure out, okay, 18,000. What size is that? Well, Madison Square Garden holds 19,000. Wow. So that'll give you an idea of the size of the facility in Holland that you played at.
Right.
Awesome.
Final weekend, there were 50,000 people there.
Wow.
It was a huge conference center.
Yeah. Stan, your last words.
My musical journey, I think, has been great. I've had the opportunity to play with some of the great local musicians like Lance, with Tootsie Bean, Milt Robinson, Gandhi Burgess, and also had the opportunity to open for George Benson, Isaac Hayes.
Isaac Hayes was always the concert at PHC.
This was when they used to have the music festival at Dockyard.
Oh, at the Dockyard Festival.
Chaka Khan.
Right.
Seal.
Yeah.
Good Lord. And I think the last one was John Legend with Keita Blakeney.
Oh, yeah. Wow.
Also opened for Quincy Jones.
Yes.
Up at Dockyard.
I remember that. Yeah.
Right. So
they had Kenny Rogers on that bill as well.
I can't forget him also. Gene Steed. I was with his show for a lot of years.
Okay.
And we used to go on the briefing tours for the Department of Tourism. Every year, traveling from Florida all the way up to Canada.
All along the East Coast. Yeah.
So it's been
quite
really
rewarding for all you guys, man.
And very, very interesting.
You each got stories to tell that could fill a book.
Oh my goodness!
I tell you. So, John, your final comments.
Okay. When I left England, that band was called Electric Soul People.
Okay.
ESP. When I left England, I came back to Bermuda, and I joined up with the Bermuda Strollers.
Right, I remember you from then.
And I was with them for 33 years.
Wow.
And just kept on going, playing music, playing for all the college kids. All the 5,000 college kids that used to come in here.
Yeah.
I was with them.
And then you guys became so popular, you would do a tour on the East Coast as well, right?
6 weeks every year.
Yeah.
For 25 years.
In Bermuda.
And Ted Ming and Bermuda Strollers. We all partied.
And you guys used to, in the off season, go and play colleges, right?
Hey?
Play colleges.
Yeah.
You do the college tour on the East Coast, right? Yeah. Good stuff.
We used to go to America, playing for all the colleges all over America.
Yeah.
Boston, New Jersey.
And that's what helped to feed our tourism industry with the college weeks. Where they all come here.
Joy Lewis Telethon, we used to do that every year.
Yeah.
In Plymouth, Massachusetts.
Yeah.
And that was great.
Yeah. All right. Sturgis, your final remarks.
Final remarks. Well, I would like to say that Bermuda has produced some of the finest musicians that I've had the pleasure of playing with. I would say Ralph Richardson, Hugh Masekela. I would say Lloyd Williams, Hubert Laws, John Coltrane. I would say Stan Gilbert, Ron Carter. I would say John Birch, George Benson. I would also say Mike Stowe, Buddy Rich.
Whoa.
It's been a pleasure, gentlemen. I've enjoyed it.
Thank you so much, Sturgis. Yeah. And my buddy Rich, man, I was just looking at a phenomenal YouTube video of him. Just walked on and sat down and just started playing slowly. And then, man, this guy had two of the fastest hands that you could imagine. Unbelievable. I've seen some great drummers, but I forgot about him. But Buddy Rich, he was a guy when it came to percussion and drumming. Yeah, unbelievable. So I'm going to take one call.
He was modest, but he could play too.
Yeah.
Let me tell you.
Yeah. Magic 102.7. Good afternoon. You're on the air.
Well, Glenn, I think you outdone yourself today, man. You got the island world. Well, how should I say it? The island-wide known the Invaders, and I am so glad to hear you guys in there, man. I think I know personally two of you guys, and one of them I know. He may not recognize my voice, but that's Sturgis Crocker Griffin Jr.
Yeah, SCGJR.
Hey, Sturgis.
Sturgis.
You can't hear me?
Yeah, did you hear him, Sturgis? Yeah.
I didn't hear the question. No.
He was saying you were one of his favorite radio personalities of all time. Yeah, he remembers you. Yeah.
Not only that, he was my neighbor.
And Wendell. What's your last name?
Daniels.
Wendell Daniels.
Yes, Wendell Daniels. Yes.
He's probably knee high to a grasshopper listening to you on the radio when he was growing up.
Well, I tell you, that was fun too. That was a lot of fun.
So again, gentlemen. So Wendell, any closing remarks, Wendell, that you wanted to say to the whole group?
No, man. I'm just glad to hear those guys on and reminiscing about yesterday in Bermuda and entertainment, and it's a shame that all that has gone well by the wayside. It may come up again because there are some ideas of some things to do. There is an idea may hopefully come to fruition about establishing an entertainment facility here in the island to hopefully try to push ahead and emphasize on our Bermuda talent we have here, which I know you know we have a lot of. But things have changed so drastically from those guys' time and even my time. It was in the 80s. But I'm just glad to see that you got that together, Glenn, and I hope that a lot of us who may remember back in those days were able to get on the radio and hear the guys from the Invaders, man. And that definitely takes us back. But I don't want to hold it up
Yeah. Okay. Great.
Thank you, Glenn.
Thank you as well.
You've undone yourself this time, man.
Thank you. But what we're going to do is I'm going to replay this at some future time for those that may have missed it. Yeah. Go ahead. Bring the mic. Give it. Yeah. Hold on. Once. Yes, Sturgis.
Wendell's being a bit modest. His father was one of the best bass players on the island. He played standing bass.
Oh, upright
and he played
bass.
with the Talbot brothers, and he played with all the Four Deuces and everybody.
Upright bass. Oh, okay. Randall Daniels' dad is saying played upright bass.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, I didn't realize that. So he is being very modest.
Yeah, he is.
Okay, go ahead, Ralph. You want to close in?
Well, as I mentioned, 530 albums have been sold in the United States so far.
Yeah.
And Ethan is saying he'd be willing to send 10 albums here. I've talked to Music Box since Eddie DeMello had done it. I think his sister's still there.
Yeah,
and I asked him if they'll take the 10. We don't want any money from it. We'll just pay to get it in. And if there's any interest, then we can get them in Bermuda. People who still have record players and would like to have the album would be willing to do that. So I just want people to know if there's any interest, they can call one of us and say, listen, or call Music Box and say they'd be interested in it. But I'm going to ask him to send it down. He said he's not even going to charge.
Awesome. It's a collector's item.
Yes.
It is a collector's item.
Yes.
No doubt about that. I'm going to get my copy somewhere, somehow. I can tell you that. Yeah. And if they make it digitally available online, then people would be able to go online and purchase as well.
Yes.
So that would be an option I'm sure he will probably think
I'll
about.
mention that to him.
Yeah. So,
Yes, it is on YouTube now.
and it's on YouTube now. Okay, okay, great. So I'll be checking out Spacing Out,
The
Invaders, Bermuda's own homegrown Sons of the Soil that has made history in reinvigorating themselves, reintroducing themselves, and now going to get the kind of notoriety as a result of the musicianship that was displayed and demonstrated on that recording, appealing to someone who's invested money to make it happen again and to up the quality of the recording by taking it from a mono space to stereo. That's awesome. Guys, all the very best to you. Sturgis, Mike, Lloyd, Ralph, Stan, and John. You guys just are incredible. You're still standing among us and among the living. And that is a testament to not just your fortitude, but for being highly favored by our Creator, Almighty God. All the very best to you and blessings.
Thank you very much, Ben.
Thanks for having us.
You're very welcome, Sturgis. Take care now. I'll be in touch.
Okay. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.